Yeah, I just got a spectator bug.
Me too. It says client's not responding.
GG. So we can't even watch the game?
Sorry guys, I had myself muted on XSplit. It seems so that the joining as a normal spectator, but no, then again, wait. Broken Shard, you're also joining on friends list, so if you're getting the bug, then okay, I don't get it anymore. Man, this spectator bug is doing everyone's head in, I think.
This is annoying as hell.
Yeah, I don't know if all of the viewers know about it, but there's this little message saying that there is a spectator kind of problem, and it seems to be a lot bigger than well, we thought it was. So
yeah,
it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. Riot just don't want us to run our own tournament.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it says at the top left, it's a maintenance issue. There's a spectator bug. We were fine in the last time that I connected, but it seems this time not so lucky.
Yeah, I've thrown the BR back screen on for everyone, but I'm trying to load up into the game right now. Problematic.
This is so bad.
This is like every technical issue possible has landed on us in the space of an hour and a half.
You have left the game in progress. You make a reconnect to the game or quit. Reconnect. Okay, let's see what happens. Is it working for you guys yet, or?
Nope, I just got crashed from League of Legends.
Again, or was that the same the first time?
Second time, through friend list.
Wow. So, do we count ourselves extremely lucky that we were actually able to cast that eSuba versus RNX game just now, or?
Yeah, I guess it was a miracle.
I think we can.
Wow.
We got like 20 minutes worth of footage in an hour and a half.
Yeah, I can show people what it looks like here. I've switched to in-game with overlays, so it looks a bit really dirty, but this is basically what it looks like. It's just like the spinning wheel of death, and then bloom, there it goes, and now it's crashed, and that's it. Awesome. Thanks. Okay. But
spinning wheel of death.
In the meantime, you wanted to talk about lineups a little bit, right? We could try and keep it positive and just pretend that we all know we're gonna get into this game regardless, and talk about lineups, and then we'll get into the game as if nothing happened. How about that one?
Not sure.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be positive, man. I'm trying to be positive.
It's very difficult to be positive when all of this has happened. It's very, very difficult.
It is. It's fairly amazing that we rescheduled this because of, I think it was the LCS promos, or what was it, the split last week, and then we get this, and right on the day we did so much testing yesterday and whatnot, and then right on the day that we start, it's like we are aware about a spectator issue and are already working on it. Thanks.
Funny thing is that it popped up right as the tournament was supposed to start.
I'm gonna see. Let's see. Where is Fnatic Reckless? Right. No, I'm not even allowed to spectate this game.
Same. I can't either.
Looks like the right turned off spectators.
Okay.
Wow.
this is fairly problematic.
Well,
let's get another TSM chant going in the
Yeah,
chat. Just so
let's
we
do
get
that.
It's like, hey,
I
1, 2,
agree.
3, TSM. TSM. TSM.
Well, I mean, no, never mind. I was gonna say maybe we can try and join the eSuba game again, but there, yeah, all the spectate thingy bobs have been turned off. Like every one of them, all of them.
yeah, they have to have been like shut down from Riot while they try and fix them.
Well, I could try on the eSuba game. Maybe it'll work.
Nah, for me it's just blank spectate game.
Same.
Well, I can still spectate.
Seriously?
Yeah.
When I right click, like for instance, I see Metal X spectating
And
or
the eSuba
Nardius.
game works. The eSuba game works.
What?
How did you manage that, dude?
I don't know. Try to spectate through me.
He's a wizard.
Did you restart your client, maybe?
Yeah, I had to kill it, you know. So I figured it would have been fine, but give me a sec. I'm gonna relog in again. Oh, okay. There's a couple of people in the.
Game. I got in just as First Blood went to RNX. You know, Shen Nocturne combo right here, picking up the kill on eSuba Heraldin style Rumble.
I'm back in. Click. Close. Ah, yeah. I can spectate now if I reset the client. Same goes for the Fnatic game, by the way.
You can
Yeah,
are you in the game with the Fnatic one?
Give me
Did
a
you
sec.
get to loading screen?
Give me a sec. I'm loading.
It let me into loading screen on the eSuba one.
Well, we're gonna see now. I'm loading. I hope I don't get the spinning wheel of death again, but people are saying podcast it.
Yeah, go.
That would be like, you know, the 1998 kind of shoutcasting.
Yeah,
Shoutcasting
yeah.
Quake from a podcast.
Oh my god, I remember those days.
Those are awesome.
Oh, those were so much fun.
I'm getting the same bug for the Fnatic game as before.
Alright, just come into the eSuba one, so we're just gonna watch eSuba versus RNX.
Yeah, let me just kill my client again. And there's people saying, you know, always problems with this series. I mean, I can't really say that it's always if there was no spectate bug, let's be honest, we would have a total of 4 streams running in 3 different languages right from the get-go, but it's, you know, I don't know.
I mean, if you're saying there's problems with the tournament, we had a half an hour to 40-minute delay purely on the basis that one of the players didn't show up. And now spectator bug, so really it's out of our hands, guys.
True. But so the eSuba game is also working for you, Vince?
No, I need to relog again because I tried the Fnatic and it kicked me.
Yeah, that is true.
RNX are taking some serious control of this game, that's what I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, Crumb95 in the chat, man. We also want to watch Fnatic, but League of Legends won't let us. Yeah. It's so annoying being so incredibly powerless to actually cast the games that you want to be casting. We're trying to join in on a different game right now, and for the people wondering about the brackets, I'll link you the brackets because our website got overloaded because I'm a bit of a tool and I forgot to upgrade all the web hosting on it. So
good job,
yeah.
boss. We all love you anyway, though.
Well, I wasn't like I said, I wasn't expecting this big of a turnout. It's like all the streams combined were over 10,000 viewers for something quote unquote new. And then all of a sudden,
can we all just get like a TSM chant for Bust, please? Like everyone, TSM chant in Bust. TSM.
Well, I'm trying to. Okay, yeah, I'm loading into eSuba now. So when Ram, you're already in, right?
Yeah, I'm watching the game. Everything is fine on the eSuba one.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna mute myself and give you a countdown when you can start again, and then actually, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, I am.
What? You'll give us a count? Aren't we already live?
Why is my game or okay? Never mind. Yeah, I am in the game now, so I'll give you guys a countdown.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So come in spec metas. You've missed a lot. It's 4-1 for RNX, but they're only 800 gold ahead. This is the same thing that happened before, where RNX are ahead in kills.
Last we can hear, bro.
Like, eSuba have just shown that they have some really superior mechanical skill when it comes to farming and objectives. Oh my god, that engage from Leona nearly killed that Kayle right there. So are you in, or am I kind of... Alright, so this Nocturne, just a little backstory, this Nocturne actually really good from Devo. He's been a part of every single kill in the game. like, he's been the one that was making the huge plays early on, and that's not something you really see from a Nocturne. Usually Nocturnes, they try to stay a little bit defensive early game, and then they really go aggressive once they hit level 6, but really good on Devo for taking it up a notch in the first level. And look at him going really, really hard on that Herden right there on top lane, taking him down incredibly low.
Yeah, well, the score at the moment, Broken Shot, I don't know if you saw, but eSuba claimed the first win. I managed to get into that game, and they were very, very strong actually, taking down towers left, right, and center. Their team fights were perfect. Caitlyn got completely protected just from the entirety of the opposite team. She was never under any problems. I think she died one time in the entire matchup, which compared to Varus, I think he finished on 6 or 7 deaths. So a huge difference there. Their team fight seemed to be really well coordinated and a well-oiled machine.
Well, what you just said right there, that makes a little bit of sense, is that since they have problems with defending crits, right now what you see from Roughnex is a more defensive, wave clearing type of team. They've got Ezreal for some wave clear, they've got Karthus for some wave clear. It seems that their team comp is just overall a lot better for defending towers right now.
For sure, and we do actually have a Kayle support. I mean, what are your thoughts about that, Broken Shard? It's not
Koreans run it a lot, actually.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
If the Koreans run it, then it's got to be strong. It's really, really good with an AD carry that likes to auto-hit a lot in lane. And, you know, Varus, his harass is pretty much auto-hit, E. So if Kayle can get into auto-hits as well, that reduces their armor and magic resist by, you know, quite a bit. And Kayle actually has one of the strongest level 1 auto-attack damage, if anyone did not know.
Indeed, and plus the fact that her W... her Divine Blessing will give Varus a movement speed buff as well, so he can just be chasing down the Ezreal, very nice, plus the fact her ultimate intervention is going to come good when you take into account they have characters like Hecarim on their team, who, sorry, not Hecarim, Zac, who's going to be jumping right in there. Take a look at
this. eSuba don't necessarily have a lot of hard CC. They have a stun from TF, they've got, you know, we got a Nocturne ult coming in onto the Kayle, and she gets blown up! Karthus ult coming extremely late. Nardi is running for his life, and there's the ult turn around, but Gornagal deciding to, you know, just harass him a little bit, but that looks really, really, really scary for that blob right there. I'm sorry for taking your job, but that was just intense right there.
Don't worry, and you know what the really awesome thing about that fight was? Kayle wasn't 6. They were like, let's hit that bot lane before Kayle gets her ultimate, and let's get a free kill. That's exactly what they did. Huge, huge engage from Nocturne. As you say, he's been involved in every single kill thus far.
Yeah, who got that kill? Was that Ezreal who got that kill that time, or was it Leona? Okay, well, Leona got the kill. I mean, it's not the worst thing. Actually, I wouldn't be upset if Leona got kills on my team, because Leona that gets fed just becomes this unreal tanky machine in the middle of your team. Some supports, in my opinion, should get kills, and I'm not saying that because I'm good friends with Edward. I'm saying that because I'm really, really serious about that. A little bit of a failed gank coming in from Gornagal. That spell is just so much fun to play around with.
Indeed, and obviously, as a jungler yourself, Shard, you main jungle, what are your thoughts on Zac as a character? Because, you know, he's one of those hit or miss characters you've seen solo queue all the time, but at the top level of play, he could be awesome.
Personally, I think that Gornagal is going about this wrong in leveling his W. You should only be leaving your W at level 1. In my opinion, the best way to level Zac is, if you're playing an AP kind of burst type of build, or a gank heavy build, you should max your E. The range that it gives and the burst that it provides is just so much more powerful than anything you can get from the other abilities. However, if you're running for a cooldown reduction kind of poke, harass, magic pen lane, you should max your Q, because of the cooldown reduction and the amount of damage that you can deal is probably more superior than the W. Also, the slow is very useful for ganks. The W is a really strong one-point wonder skill, because you get so much from leveling up one time. However, if you level up any more, you're kind of missing out on it. You're not really getting as much from leveling W than you are from getting, you know, range on your E and your Q, slow duration, slow percentage, damage, cooldown reduction. Leveling your other abilities, in my opinion, just seems just more beneficial. We see a little bit of an engage coming up top. Yeah, go for it,
Shen's gonna go down very low here. Well, he did pop his ultimate and then the flame spitter, and then just decided, okay, Shen's a bit too tanky, I'm not gonna bother, you know, going in. Plus the fact you have to take into account that they probably didn't know where Nocturne was, so you don't want to be going too aggressive. Twisted Fate's gonna be coming in here on towards Karthus, but instantly will be going back. He sees the Nocturne pushing in.
Take a look at this. TF is running teleport. I think we have a little bit of a Chowdu fanboy over here. Chowdu from Meteor Makers is notorious for running teleport on all his mid laners. TF, not safe from that either. TF's just gonna push out this mid lane quite easily. Nocturne, you were right. I mean, Nocturne has so much threat over the map However, on the other hand, TF also has a lot of threat on the map. I mean, you don't want to be fighting somewhere, going duking out with another champion, and all of a sudden having TF come in and spoil your fun. That's not... Oh, we see an engage on Nardi as he gets stunned, and there's the Leona ult chain, but he gets ulted, but here comes the Karthus ult, and oh my god, the damage coming out. Ezreal getting really, really low. There's the channel. Teleport coming in from TF. Will they pick up the kill? They do pick up the kill, and wow. Last second TP stop from TF right there. That would have been horrible if they come in on that time.
Yeah. That would have been a definite. You just been like, oh hi, I just teleported into 3 players. Maybe not. I'll just cancel that. But it just goes to show that TF has so much global presence with the teleport and ultimate. But that's basically going to allow a free Drake for Rednex because they've just taken down the bot lane. Sorry, Rednex.
Redneck.
Roughnecks, yeah. They're Roughneck Rednecks.
Can you talk like a redneck?
I can't. I wish I could. I apologize.
I can, but I can't. It's a little bit of different.
I clearly just have rednecks on the brain 24/7. You know, my favorite kind of people.
Right, so that's a really, really good start for Roughnex. You see, not only are they picking up kills and starting to farm a lot better than they were in the other game, they're actually starting to pick objectives, which is very, very proper. And all throughout the time that Shen was bot lane and helping them do the drag, Nocturne was getting free farm on top lane, and I think both me and you know what it's like to go up against a really tanky fed Nocturne come mid-game.
Oh yeah.
Mid-game is creeping up now, and Nocturne is 70 CS with 1-0-4, plus a Drake. I mean, you can just imagine how scary he's going to be for, you know, a non-escape AD carry to go up against, you know, the damage of Karthus, the Leona stun, and the Nocturne just being on him every single time.
What else is quite scary too is have a look at Ezreal's stats, 4-0-2. With nearly 100 CS. He's starting to get big. He's starting to get really scary. We do see 4 players congregating now around mid for eSuba. Maybe going to try and push this mid tower down.
And this is exactly what you were talking about in the last game, that they were just grouping up for towers and Roughnecks were not ready. It seems now that Roughnecks are doing a better job of clearing waves, and we see the engage from Leona, engage from Nocturne, engage from Ezreal. Everyone just going in. This TF just goes down immediately, and wow. Overall, that was a really, really good job from Rough. I mean, I don't know if this happened in the last game because I wasn't sitting, but were they this prepared for the tower pushing in last game? Or has this been something that they were improving on?
No, must have been the comp change or something that they thought, okay, eSuba are really good at pushing towers, we should develop something that's good at counter-pushing. Last game was completely different. We do see an equalizer coming down from Rumble, pushing in now on towards Nocturne and Leona. The E comes in from Barrows. Zach will be going on towards Nocturne. Could be a double kill here for one of the players from eSuba, but they will be pulling themselves back, all dangerously low HP.
The damage just wasn't there. I mean, Nardi, he's got some decent items, but you can't compare it to the... Oh god, Gornagal getting dropped really low. There's the flash. Will he be able to pick up? There's the E, and oh my god, that Zach is... You guessed it, he's a slippery son of a bitch.
Well, I thought he was dead. Honestly, dude, I thought he was a goner.
I thought he was gone. I thought he was not long for this world anymore.
But he did manage to escape. Leona will be re-engaging back on towards Twisted Fate, plus the taunt from Shen. They end up going with Karthus as well. Karthus picks up 1 kill. Can he get the second as well? On to kill. The answer is a yes. Beautiful play from Roughnex.
Those lay wastes just do so much damage. You know, once Karthus hits level 5, and those lay wastes hit you alone, it just really, really rips you apart. Especially when you don't have much magic, which is like this Kayle.
I honestly don't think that Twisted Fate was expecting that engage. He was kind of caught in no man's land. Leona came through, then pulled back. Shen came in with a taunt, and it was just good night for TF, plus Kayle. 2 free kills in mid, and this is a complete turnaround from game number 1, Broken Shard, where honestly, Roughnecks were completely crushed from eSuba, all over the map.
Could you hear me now? Is it like I just changed my mic? I might be using a better quality mic right now.
I can hear you, yeah.
Alright, so this is, you know, fall back a little bit and take a look at, like, you know, what's going on right now. The score is 10-2 for Roughnecks. Roughnecks are 4,000 gold ahead. They have a turret advantage and a Drake advantage. And also, they're running a late game team comp with Nocturne, Karthus, and an extremely safe AD carry like Ezreal. This is really, really starting to look really good for Roughnecks, especially since eSuba don't necessarily have a strong front line yet. I mean, Zach can build really tanky, but normally you see Zach's going for some kind of magic penetration-esque kind of build, not more of a tank build. So it's going to be interesting to see how Gornagal goes by this, but I just fear that eSuba, since they're running a team comp that's really reliant on dealing damage to the enemy team, it just won't be there. Wow, that Leon.
Oh, the engage from the entirety of Roughnex, just completely deleting Varus. Now I'm going to be chasing after Twisted Fate. He's going to go down as well. Equalizer comes down in vain from Rumble, who is now going to pull himself back. But that again is a 2-for-0 trade and pretty much entirely free.
That was just excellent coordination from Roughnex. That just like that Nardius just blew up with the combination of the Leona stun and the Nocturne Paranoia. There's really not much you can do that get away from that. That Kayle really needs to sit on her toes just so she can ult up her target at the right time. I mean, even with the Kayle ult, if it comes in just a little bit too late, Nardius might have just taken way too much damage, and he'd have to run away from the team fight already.
But you know something scary I can see from eSuba's perspective here is that normally you run Twisted Fate as like a split pusher, especially with the teleport and his ultimate up. But you have a look at Roughnex team comp. They have so much engage that as soon as Twisted Fate goes off onto top, middle, or bot, they're just going to engage instantly in a 4v5.
Exactly.
Leona can start it off.
Yeah, and I feel that the teleport now is a little bit of a wasted summoner spell because he hasn't really used it. You see, TF has 1 assist, and I don't think that came from coming in for a gank anywhere. I think it was just more that he picked it up from a wildcard's throw and someone just managed to die in a team fight.
Honestly, the more I think about it, I'm actually petrified for eSuba. Because if Leona lands a half-decent ultimate, you've got the Shen Taunt, you've got Nocturne, Paranoia, you've got Karthus' Wall of Pain. There is so much CC and damage involved. Twisted Fate can't really afford to split push much in this game. Because if he does, he's going to leave his team incredibly vulnerable.
It's kind of like a die or die situation right now for Roughnex. They want to... Oh, that flash from Kayle just saved herself. But Gornagal, he's getting chased down by the Nocturne. There's the Fear Bet, there's the Leap, and he's going to be able to... Oh, actually, no! The red buff sticking on him. Will he go down? They do have still the Kayle. He does use his bounce ability, and he gets right out of there. Nardius throwing his E down for a little bit of slow. But you can just see that Roughnex, roaming around the jungle, they're just asserting their dominance over eSuba right now.
This is pretty much a complete flip from game number 1 that I saw. eSuba its roles reversed, really. The Wall of Pain did come down there, didn't quite land onto Rickerton, but still the pressure is ever so increasing. Drake is up, and Shen is top. And this is another thing about Shen. He can also split push when his ultimate's off cooldown. He can just push top right now, doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually really like that because Shen was actually sacrificing farm for Nocturne. And now that he's, given Nocturne enough farm to be a really tanky beast, he can just be like, okay guys, you don't really need me. You're strong enough. Let me farm up. Let me get stronger as the game goes on because I sacrifice a little bit of my early mid-game power just so you can get it. And Shen is always going to get farmed. I mean, you know that if your team is getting ahead, Shen will always be a higher level, higher farm than the other champions that try to group up with their team.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, Shen 13, Rumble just managed to ding to 13 as well. They're going to be pushing down the mid tower, getting some harassment on that, while Ezreal will be spamming his Mystic Shot. Meanwhile, Rumble is top, and surprise, surprise, Shen is going to split push again. He's going to bot lane to pick up yet more farm.
I agree. It's just looking really strong right now for Roughnex, and just so you guys know that it's actually a Shen top versus a Rumble top. I mean, they just got a little bit of mix up there on the champion portrait. And why we aren't streaming the Fnatic game is because there's a little bit of an issue with the spectators right now on the client. Some games are spectatable and some aren't, and we managed to just land on a bug right there on the Fnatic game. So we're just trying to stream as many games as we actually can. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but this is a client bug, it's a Riot bug, and it's something completely out of our hands.
Absolutely, 100% agreed, and lucky that we got into this game, to be completely honest.
We should consider ourselves lucky. I mean, this game is pretty fast-paced, and it shows that, Roughnex, they've been playing together for a really long time. Before they were Roughnex, they were called Team Salad Supreme, I believe, TSS. And there's the engage onto the Kayle, the Sona ult, and Kayle gets dropped super low. Has to use ult for herself, but there's the Rumble coming in with the damage, and wow, so much chaos going in. Rumble picks up a double kill. Rumble gets picked up by the Doris' Q, and then we still have Karthus ult. Karthus did not use ult yet. And meanwhile on bot lane, I mean, we did say TF was going to have a hard time flipping, but we don't see that happening right now. He's going to be able to take this tower, no problem.
Absolutely, he wasn't even involved in that team fight, and still it ended up being a 2-for-2. The tower did play a fairly big part in that exchange, though. Having said that, Twisted Fate, he has just managed to take down the top second tower, is going to be ultimating away to safety, and will live to fight for another day. So a nice team fight overall, actually.
I actually think that went a little bit in eSuba's favor. I mean, I think they went down 1 kill, 3 for 2. And the taunt going on Nardius, and he gets dropped quite low. Shen picking up a lot of damage right there. But he's taking some in return as well. Fact going in, Infinity Edge in hand. Will he do damage? Oh, there's the Karthus ult. Will it kill anything? And
Oh!
wow. The Kale heal.
Oh, he's flashed in!
Oh, he did get it! He did not get it!
God.
Oh my goodness, I feel... And Fact will he go down? The barrier comes out. Will he get chased? There's a Rylai's on that Rumble. Will they be able to finish him off? No, he gets away. But there's the Ezreal. Will it kill something? And yes! He picks up the Varus. Wow. Good play to mess up, to escape. And there's the Rumble ult. Sorry, the Nocturne ult collapsing on the Rumble. Fact right in the middle of the Rumble. Will he get away? Oh my god, this Ezreal stepped on a bunch of leprechauns in the way because he escaped at practically no HP for about the 3rd time in that fight.
How about the ultimate though onto Varus? Varus is
That was
thinking,
beautiful.
see ya, and then wham, right through.
That was beautiful, beautiful ultimate. I apologize for yelling, you know, sometimes I get really, really excited because that was a high quality play right there.
But I have to admit, when I saw Ezreal flash in and not secure the kill, I was thinking, oh god, what just happened? Is he going to go down? Rumble lands his first Electro Harpoon, doesn't finish it off though, and
yeah.
It was
second one got tanked by Leona, so I mean,
yeah.
The thing about Rumble is that if you land one Harpoon, the second one is really, really like secured, and when you stack the slows, because the Electro Harpoon duration actually has a slightly longer duration than the next Harpoon cooldown is up, you stack the slows and the Pearson starts moving extremely, extremely slow, so it's almost given that you're probably going to pick him up. But since Leona managed to tank the last one, the Ezreal was able to start making a distance between him, so that after his barrier went off, the Flame Splitter did not manage to reach him there.
Well, I'm just having a look at the items and the difference in gold, and if you just joined this game, you'd be like, wow, Roughnex are a million miles ahead. I mean, look at the items, look at the score, look at the goal difference. But eSuba, in these team fights, are managing to actually claw a few kills back. And you can see if it goes another 10-15 minutes at this pace, they could very well end up winning this game.
Exactly my point. They need 10-15 minutes before they can really start coming ahead in team fights. But I just think that Roughnex, their coordination so far has been supreme. And I just feel that their coordination is not going to falter through this game. They seem like a very focused team right now. And the IE Shiv on Ezreal, he's going to be dealing a lot of auto attack damage from that IE. And the poke also coming out of him and wave clear is going to be immense. You know, we kind of talked about wave clear earlier and how Roughnex had a hard time earlier. But right now it seems that they're starting to pick that up now.
Yeah, and Ezreal's score, 7 kills, 0 deaths, 6 assists. Flawless thus far. We do have a couple of eSuba players coming on the way top, but they have just walked through a ward. With an Oracles though, so they are going to clear that off, but again, surprise surprise, Shen is just chilling at bot lane.
Yeah, he's just farming ahead. He's got 178 CS. You know, for the first time in the game, he's managed to pull himself ahead of that Rumble. You know, both experience and farm-wise, he's definitely really starting to become this tanky menace. He's got Wits End, Sunfire, a little bit of a Season 2 build. I don't agree with the Wits End, though it seems to be a really strong item for Shen. Always has been a strong item. But I guess he really likes it, and, you know, let's not argue about that right now. Personally, yeah, I think he would have been better off going more HP, because they lack percentage damage aside from the Varus. Uh-oh, Devo getting poked really hard. There's the engage.
Oh, he's been caught. He's been caught off Varus.
Clips Nardius. Wow, this just seems like a really messy team fight. Ezreal is away, then gets ulted by Shen, who gets interrupted by TF, who's actually in the bottom lane fighting him there. eSuba trying to pick up a chase, but there's the wall going down. They won't be able to pick up that one. I don't know, it looked like RNX kind of stuttered there for a second. Don't you agree?
Yeah, the Varus ult came out, and I thought it was gonna, all hell was gonna break loose. Oh, Ezreal, I was a bit worried for him. He did manage to recall. Yeah, it was very much back and forth, wasn't it? It was like, will they, won't they? Will they, won't they? And they decided, okay, we won't.
It seems that Roughnex kind of overstepped their boundaries a bit too much. And I think this is this right now, this is a little bit of a reality check. They came really, really close to throwing away a big advantage. They're going to probably approach this these next few minutes much more carefully. I'm expecting an Oracles to come out from a member of the team, possibly Leona. Maybe not an Oracles, but a bunch of pink wards. And they're going to start the Nash dance. You know, I feel that their Nasher speed is actually quite high, and Kornagal leaps right in front of Devo, but, you know, Devo's not really building damage, he won't be able to pick up a Bruiser. Meanwhile, RNX picking up Dragon, Karthus doing so much damage to that with Slay Wastes.
Yep, Drake was free there for Roughnex, who managed to claw themselves ahead by even further 8k on the dot or thereabout now. 4-2 on towers, so they do have the global vision advantage in that sense. And more importantly though, and this really is quite important, they've taken down both the first and second tier bot towers. So with the creeps pushing towards the inhib tower, that's probably going to be the time we're going to see them strike for Baron.
Of course. And I feel that if Roughnex kind of get on Nash, it's going to take them not very long to take it down. They have Karthus, who deals incredible Baron damage, but you know, the same thing can be said about eSuba. They have Varus, they have Gornagal on Zac, who does percentage damage with his W. Their Nash speed isn't actually something too bad right now. So both teams, they kind of have a really strong Nasher threat. Uh-oh, we see Devo moving forward again, and there, that's correct usage of the wall right there. Leaving it out to both, but here comes TF ult. Nope, he's just there to support his team from behind.
Yeah, I thought for a second we may see an engage, but again, it was like a will they, won't they situation. Roughnex deciding there's no point to go crazy here, we'll just play safe, go back, and maybe engage in a little while longer.
Yeah, but they did take actually a lot of HP away from that,
True,
that turret there. They took about 500, 600 HP from that turret, and it's really, really strong to get that mid-turret going down. That inner turret is like one of the most important turrets in the game.
True, and if they do take down this tower, they have 2 lanes that have neither of the outer towers remaining, which is going to give them even more advantage. They're going to be able to roam through the jungle pretty much unhindered. So this is a pretty huge tower actually for eSuba, and that's the reason why Twisted Fate popped his ulti to go and help his team out.
Yeah, good ward by Dirtgen there over there. He put the pink ward in the middle of the lane so that they can keep vision over this area. They don't want eSuba, Roughnex sneaking around that area without them knowing about it. They also don't want Roughnex to have vision of them from behind, but there's the counter pink! And we got a battle of the pink wards going on right here. This is a LAN event, people would be cheering.
Indeed, and Roughnex come out on top on the pink exchange as well, just to add further insult to injury for eSuba, who is still desperately clambering onto that tower. There is now 532 HP remaining, and we do see a couple pings going down. Shen is bot lane, Twisted Fate rejoins his team. And,
oh wow, I actually really like this Shen build right now. Nocturne is
Yeah.
going for a really, really heavy tank build, so that Shen is going to be able to sacrifice a little bit of his tank stats for some damage. He's going for the Wits and Sunfire Triforce build. If he hits on top on that Nardius, on the Varus, he's going to be able to rip apart his HP with the Key Strike plus his Trinity Force combo. And imagine if he just starts critting. There's so much attack speed, so much mixed damage, both physical and magical, coming out of this build that Shen is going to be able to rip squishies apart.
So, how do you feel that eSuba can come back into this game? Because right now, they're well and truly on the back up.
Yeah, they finally lost that mid turret there, but pretty much eSuba just needs to start using their wave clear properly. The only issue is that a majority of their wave clear is Twisted Fate, and he has to be sent down to deal with that Shen. So, the wave clear that eSuba needs in order to defend turrets is pretty much non-existent at this point.
Well, we do see TF assuming the bottom position, going to clear that wave out. Shen, in the meantime, going to pull himself back. We do see a few recalls coming in from Leona and Twisted Fate. In fact, it looks like the majority of Roughnex are going to go back and build some items. You do have an Oracle's Elixir on Leona, and a few pings from eSuba onto Baron. So they definitely assume that they are going to try a Baron dance here. And with Leona picking up the Oracles, it definitely seems the intention. They're going to clear Baron out, then maybe try and force it.
So TF just uses his Destiny to go in bottom lane, so to give his team a little bit of vision of where the enemy team is. He still does have his teleport though. I think this is really smart of him. He wants to start the shove off as quickly as possible. And we see he's picked up 3 green wards, so we know that he's going to try to set himself down there for a long amount of time. Try to get that push out, keep Shen from, pushing up forward, but Doris on the Shen up a giant stealth and the red buff, so I don't think anyone in eSuba right now can deal with the Shen 1v1. TF is probably the best bet because he can keep his distance, but if anyone gets even remotely near to that Shen, and he lands that taunt, and if you're a squishy, you're not going to be long for this world. Metis? Vince?
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, you kind of just I think you fell asleep for a second there.
No, my microphone was unplugged somehow, so I had to put it back in again. Sorry about that. I was just saying, if you have a look at the 2 AD carries, you can see that Ezreal is a full Last Whisper ahead of Varus. It's quite
I wouldn't
scary.
say that, because Blade of the Ruined King Infinity Edge puts a lot more single target kind of kiting potential more than this Ezreal build. The Ezreal build is going to be doing a lot of poke damage with his auto attacks, and when he starts auto attacking people, he's going to be able to melt tanks. But Varus, however, with the Blade of the Ruined King, is going to allow him to run away from the Nocturne, from the Shen, who are going to get increased move speed. You know, Shen from the Zeal, Nocturne from the Q. I feel that this build from Nardius is going to be able to help him shred tanks better than the Ezreal build.
Alrighty, and well, he definitely needs that because you have a Nocturne Shen on top of him in those team fights. They're definitely going to be trying to nuke him as soon as possible.
We see them start Baron. eSuba, you know, we see some pinks coming around. Roughnex know where eSuba coming in from, but this Baron is at half HP. Wow, Roughnex are tearing this apart. They got it. There's the Rumble ult, just too little too late. Harridan stuck in the middle. Will there be an engage? The Nardius ult comes out. Nardius ult, the Varus ult, but there's a flash wall. Nocturne ult comes in. Nardius getting dropped. The Shen ult on the Nocturne. Will they be able to go? Nardius gets ulted. Wow, so much damage. He gets Kayle ulted, but Nardius drops down. Kayle drops down. They're going to chase down this, Zach. Will they be able to get him? The fear, the leap, and he gets away. Meanwhile, Harridan gets chased down by Fact. The E's coming out in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There's the Karthus ult, and Toya picks up that kill. 3 for none. Roughnex picking up Nash. 11,000 gold lead. I think this is pretty much game right now. We see the GG well plays coming out from Nardius, surrender vote, and that's good game Roughnex, showing incredible dominance from the very beginning. Just great game overall.
Especially when you consider that last game, the first game between these two, eSuba stomped it. They were just all over Roughnex. So it's awesome to see Roughnex kind of return the favor, come back, and stamp it as a 1-1.
That was just a huge stomp of a game, in my opinion. I mean, Roughnex, they took control all the way from the beginning of the game and just rode it out all the way to the finish, which is actually not something you see most new teams do. You know, they see them kind of stutter, they see them kind of throw, they kind of give the enemy team a chance to come back, but this game, Roughnex just took it all the way home.
Yep, absolutely. So that is 1-1 scoreline between eSuba and Roughnex. I'm just waiting to find out what is going to happen next. I assume we're going to be jumping into game 3 very shortly. Do we have the lobby details anywhere? Bass, do we have the lobby details, bro?
Sorry, I was muted. Updating the scores on the bracket so that everyone can see them in a second on stream. I have no lobby details as of yet. So, guess we're gonna go to a small commercial break and some music, so and then find some more lobby details for everyone.
All right. Well, did they hear that, or do I?
Yeah, no, they heard it. I unmuted myself and extra this off. There's 2 levels of me.
He's muted, sometimes he's not, and it's like, which one is it this time?
There is several levels of me talking. One where people can hear me, and the other one where people can't.
Alrighty then. So yeah, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, guys, and when you rejoin us, we'll be live for game number 3 between eSuba and Roughnex. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.